July 1945. 3 months after the Third Reich collapsed, a dark silhouette emerged from beneath the Atlantic fog. It wasn't a fisherman. It wasn't a merchant vessel. It was a Nazi U-boat. U-977 to be exact. A long-range German submarine engineered for stealth, speed, and silence. But this wasn't Europe. This was Argentina. Its black hull cut through the waves like a ghost refusing burial. Its crew stood at attention, sunburned, but clean, and the captain calmly surrendered, as if the war was still happening. But here's what shook Allied command. No signs of a fight, no battle damage, rations still fresh, zero paper trail. This U-boat hadn't been running from war. It had been delivering something, and whatever that was, it didn't surface with them. Captain Heinz Schäfer claimed he had no orders, that the war had ended mid-patrol, and he simply decided to flee to safety. He said the crew sailed for 66 days underwater, across the Atlantic, past Allied ships, radar nets, and air patrols, with no stops, no battles, and no intention to fight. But here's the first lie. The Oxygen, a Type 7 U-boat like U-977, couldn't stay submerged that long, not even close. Its batteries would have died. Its men would have suffocated. He also said they dropped off married crew members in Norway before heading to Argentina. Except no Norwegian records confirm that. And worse, one intelligence file hinted the boat made an unscheduled stop on the African coast. But that page? Redacted. So the question isn't why he surrendered. The question is, what did he unload before he did? Thousands of miles from Berlin, deep in the mountains of Patagonia, you'll find a town called Bariloche. At first glance, a ski resort, alpine lodges, chocolate shops, German street signs. But here's the shadow under the snow. By the 1950s, Bariloche had one of the largest German-speaking populations outside Europe. Not tourists, not immigrants, ex-SS officers, chemical scientists, men with new names and no pasts. One hotel, Hotel Eden, was reportedly used to host high-ranking Nazi fugitives. The Argentine government. They didn't just look away, they protected them. Why? Because Argentina under Perón believed the Nazis had technological knowledge worth hiding and selling. And as for the men from U-977, some of them never left Argentina. They blended into Bariloche. Their files disappeared, their stories ended, until certain names reappeared in other secret programs. The escape of U-977 wasn't an accident. It was one branch of a much bigger organism, one with roots in Rome, Madrid, and Buenos Aires. They called them Ratlines, covert escape routes built to funnel Nazi officers, SS war criminals, and scientists out of Europe. And some of the guides wore priest collars. The Vatican's clerical route, run through the International Red Cross and sanctioned by elements of the Catholic Church, provided false papers, baptismal certificates, and refugee IDs to war criminals in hiding. Argentina's Juan Perón gave them passage and protection, seeing Nazi knowledge as leverage in Cold War geopolitics. Spain acted as a hub. Italy provided staging ground. And from those shadows, men like Josef Mengele, Adolf Eichmann, Klaus Barbie, they walked free. Thousands didn't just escape justice. They stepped into new lives, under new names, in new governments. The Reich had fallen, but the men behind it, they scattered, and many were never found. While the world obsessed over U-977, another submarine was quietly forgotten, U-530. It surfaced off Argentina weeks earlier, also post-surrender. But there was no official log of where it had been, no clear orders, no crew explanation. Its logs were missing. The torpedoes had been removed. The captain said nothing, not to Allied officers, not even to his own government, and just like U-977, it was spotless. Speculation erupted. Had it delivered a VIP passenger? Did it stop at a covert station in the Antarctic? Was it part of Operation Valkyrie's remnants, protecting Reich artifacts? One OSS memo chillingly referred to it as a ghost vessel. And within weeks, U-530 disappeared from public records. No museum, no debrief, no crew testimonials, just gone, like a chapter torn from the ocean. The truth is, many Nazis weren't running. They were invited. By the time U-977 surfaced, Project Paperclip was already underway. America, the USSR, and even parts of South America weren't interested in justice. They wanted intelligence, bioweapons, jet propulsion, mind control experiments, psychological warfare. Argentina, eager to compete, offered safe haven in exchange for knowledge transfer. The men who once engineered Holocaust logistics were now working on nuclear physics and jet aircraft in Buenos Aires. And those who came by U-boat? They may not have escaped punishment, because there was never punishment planned. Today, Bariloche still stands. Lakes shimmer in postcard blue. Children laugh in German-accented Spanish. Tourists sip coffee under Nazi-built architecture. But underneath, the silence is heavy. No monuments, no graves, no trials. Only submarines that surfaced after peace, scientists who never stood trial, and villages where no one asks questions anymore. The Reich didn't rise again. It simply faded into whispers. And in the right corners of Argentina, those whispers still speak German. We're told the war ended in 1945, but for some, it didn't end. It just changed uniform, changed country, changed name. And maybe the scariest part isn't that they escaped, it's that we let them.